That's it? Is that it right there? Is that the podcast? Blessed misfortune.
Blessed misfortune.
What the? Blessed misfortune. Blessed miss. It's raining. You can hear the pitter patter outside on the roof.
Okay, I lost it.
That was kind of cool.
Thanks, guys. I know.
You kind of went off on that for sure. Hey, blessed misfortune.
Hey, listen.
Snap on
This is the first. Oh, it's not the first. It's the second episode, but it's the first episode where we're filming and like content is out.
Yeah. Oh my
and
gosh.
I love it, dude.
And we get to use that as like a you know what I mean, like a base. Or
we're like this is what we're working with right
Yeah.
now. We can
oh my gosh.
I do love that it's for me. I think it's also because it's two different people.
Bro.
It's like one of the first things where it's like I kind of push a little somewhere with something creatively.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing a little like answer, you know what I mean? A little response.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right,
you get it. That energy's getting reciprocated somehow.
Yeah, and I'm loving
gosh.
it. I'm fucking loving it.
It's a completion of like a loop that you can only give but so much. You need, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I don't want to let it get to me too much where I don't want it to be like, you know, we reached this much and now it's like, and we're done. We're professionals.
That takes away from the color of it. You know what I mean?
Well, that and also I don't want to be like, well, the journey's done.
I
did it.
Ever a point where the journey? I mean, yeah, when you stop
well,
breathing.
No, but
you
also
close your
it's
eyes
like
forever,
there's.
you know?
I know there's more work to be done at least, and so now that's like my worst. I thought about this of like I know if I ever like got to a certain point and I wanted to post it.
Yeah.
I know there's a certain song I'd want to use in the post, and I'm like, see, that's what's so is I can feel like I made it, and I'll be like I want to use it, and then one day if I go even further, be like I can't use it now,
bro.
It's
we got the
wasted.
details locked in already.
I'm so worried about the future. I'm anxious about everything.
You're worried about something that does not exist yet.
Yeah. That's like all, isn't that all like anxiety?
But doesn't thinking about it only align you with whatever it is you're worrying about instead of deviating you away from it? Since you're thinking
it's
about
also,
it.
It's
a
form of
constant
manifestation.
Yes, exactly. It's a constant, you know, it's in your head all the time. Yeah, you ever heard of Murphy's Law?
Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shoot.
I think it's also like if I know this in the experience of relationships.
Yeah.
Of like the more I'm like, hey, please don't do this.
It just
I'm so nervous that you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, if I'm like, you're gonna leave me. Eventually they're gonna be like,
ideas.
Yeah, I'm like,
thanks
yeah, you
for
know
the
what?
idea.
You're kind of right. Yeah. No.
Exactly.
So I could see that. What was it?
But how do you really counteract that? What do you do with that? Like,
that's the hard part. Is like, do I vocalize that I have these worries?
Because we all,
or which is like, it seems like if you vocalize it now, it's a bad idea. But also, if you internalize it, and you're just consistently worried, you know what I mean? That's not good either.
And to have that, like everybody has their own like way of dealing with that. You know what I mean?
Hey guys,
and
leave your ways of dealing with that.
Help. No, but like everybody has their own like, how do you say this? It's their own way of coping, not necessarily coping, but like maneuvering past that. Some people move past it faster than others, you know what I mean?
Working
like,
through it.
Yeah. And it's daunting because it's literally uncertainty. You're not certain of what, there's no sure answer.
Yeah.
It could be whatever.
You know, we've done this to each other. Sex.
Hey.
No. The
I'm
whole
scared.
like the worst fear, and then like, cause the worst fear, and then being like, hey, yeah, that actually is the truth. Hey, the worst fear is true. What now,
bro?
You know what I mean? We've done it to each other of like, I'm really worried that this is going on, and then being like, it is,
dude.
It is. Now what are we gonna do?
Healthy though.
It is. Don't be wrong. It can be. There's times where you're like, all right, I didn't need that, but it is. I think healthy to like, hey, whatever's the worst fear, we're living in it now. What are you gonna do? Because then it kind of prepares you a little bit of like,
Most
if this is
definitely,
what's going
yeah.
on, what are we gonna do? And it kind of helps you
Yes, bro.
through that worst situation.
Look, aim for the bird and your rock hits the ground. Aim for the moon and your rock hits the bird. You know what I mean? And you could go the other side of that.
That is so like imaginative. Like I got it, but I'm like that. I still didn't get what I want, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Like if you aim for greater than what you're capable of,
You will, yeah.
the average will be closer to what you envision it to be than
Yeah,
to just
I
settle
can
for
see
the
that.
right. Just settle for like.
Yeah, that's actually
the
that actually is a
passing,
really
you
good
know what I mean?
thing. Yeah, instead of being like if you're just going for the absolute best.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
You're
it's
gonna-
not the
yeah.
absolute best, but it's better than where you were.
Exactly.
It's better than just accepting. Yeah. Ooh. Welcome back to Blessed Misfortune.
Get the fuck out my face. I'm leaving.
Again.
I like this. I get to be me in my own little crib on the water. Like this shit's like bobbing back and forth, bro.
I just get to be a content creator. I just get to live my
Dude,
dream life.
look, it's the little details in life that you have to like appreciate to like really distance yourself from like the things that you're worrying about. You know what I mean?
You said this earlier, like it's the small wins.
yeah, it's
Oh, you fix your headlight in your car. Yeah.
Yes, bro.
It's the small
it's
wins.
a tiny
You're
little
like,
wins.
I did that.
Yes, you
Yeah,
are
bro.
capable.
Nah, for real.
You can do that.
Nah, for real.
Bro. If anything, you're doing it right now.
You know, it's always I love the whole idea of like that lines in with like if you just try your best, like you try to do even better than you did the day before. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like that whole thing, I think is that of like even though like oh yeah no I didn't get this thing done, but I got closer with this thing or I did better at this thing, and that's enough.
Yes.
That I did better.
Exactly. Aim for the bird and your rock hits the ground. Aim for the moon and your rock hits the bird. Philippine proverb, by the way.
Shout out Philippines.
Filipino.
Shout out Ladyboys in Thailand.
All right, now. Bro, have you seen those videos of like...
Fuck what I just do. What fucking
No,
can of worms did I
it's
just
like it's like
open?
in the Philippines they do this little parody and they pretend they're like Thai, and they just speak. They're like it's just Filipino but with a Thai like twang.
okay.
And it's hitting low key on
What you mean? What you mean by it's hitting?
I don't know, like it's popping on the FB like
Okay, okay. It's like going viral, I guess.
that shit
Okay.
hitting. Yeah.
I thought you were ready to be like, that shit's like getting me. You know, I'm just like that shit's. The way you said it's hitting, I was like, oh, what you mean?
Whoa, bud.
Whoa, pal.
I didn't know that's what you were insinuating, or that's not the right word. I didn't know that was what you were.
Go on.
I don't know. I'm at a dead end.
How do you segue? Probably through this. Noel, how was
You know what segues are?
like a segue?
Yeah.
This is really now. Are we talking about segues? Or talking about segues? Because
like the segue is like.
yeah.
You know how to
Like
do-
a mall
Because when
security.
you asked me how do you segue, and I was like, you literally just do it. Like you just
You stand and
on
pull
it.
the-
Yeah. Like you know a hoverboard? That's basically a Segway but without the handlebars.
I broke a friend's hoverboard.
Huh?
That shit was so funny.
Dude, I remember when that shit was like popping,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
stupid popping.
Anthony,
like motherfuckers would like mow their yards with their hoverboards or
Yeah,
like walk their
it's so-
dogs
dude,
with their
it was so-
hoverboards.
it was ironic. Okay. I think majority it was ironic. It was kind of like it came out in for like 2 seconds. It was probably like, oh damn, that's pretty sick. And then the rest of the time was just like, that's the dumbest fucking thing, and it's so funny to do it. I'm gonna get one. You know what I mean?
It started
And
off
then it just-
as a niche idea that they were probably unsure of until it went out, and then the people themselves like gave you that
Yeah.
affirmation that what you did was not for nothing type shit.
Dude,
Like,
I wrote
renowned enough type shit.
renowned enough.
Let me hit that
Copyrighted. What
Bro.
was I gonna say? Oh yeah, no. I my friend had one. Anthony.
Yeah, he had a segue.
He had one. The
Segway.
what were they called? Hoverboard.
Hoverboard.
Yeah, he had a Segway. He had a hoverboard, and we I rode around like his basement, probably like 5 minutes,
type shit.
and then one turn, overturn or something like that, or like however I did it, I slammed one side into the corner of a couch. Never worked again.
Goodbye.
It was a good time.
Dang.
It was a good time. I got some good memories
Bro.
in that basement.
Were you at an age where you like make or break a friendship? Like, oh, you broke my hoverboard. I can never be friends with
No,
you.
no, no, no.
ever
We
again.
literally, from the day we met, it was like best friend.
Bro.
It was maybe not the day we met. There was probably like 3 days we met. It was in middle school, and it was like the third or fourth day. He was sitting at the table I was sitting at in like our tech class,
Yeah.
and I heard him going like Call of Duty, and I was like, oh, you know about Call of Duty?
COD.
And he said, COD. He said, he was like, yeah, and I was like, what's the newest one coming out? He's like, Black Ops 3. And I was like, we're best friends. Straight up,
updated.
straight up, right then and there. It's been the same. Yeah, literally right then and there, best friend in the fucking world.
I'm yet to discover the reason why dudes just find it so much easier to find friendship than, you know what I mean, than the opposite sex.
This
What
is
is
a
it,
scary topic to get into.
It's a topic nonetheless.
I don't know. I think it's
And look, we're not talking about it for, you know what I mean? We're not talking about it full, like our cup's full. We are talking about it to like find out what.
yeah. This
You know
is
what I
like
mean?
Hey, please
I
inform
want
me.
to learn.
By the way,
yes.
if I say something wrong, like, you know what I'm saying, understand I'm trying my best. I'm scared. Please give me information. I would love to learn. From my experience, I think it's very much like, if it's like the immediate what is it, like first impression
yeah.
is very much like kind of a degree to who you are. Like meeting a dude, you're like there's a level of like, hey, this thing, not this thing, all right, not this thing, and that's it. Or like this thing, all right, cool, hey, cool, now we're good. And it's just a process of getting closer to that person, and then being like more like, nah, this person lines
Straight
up with me.
Yeah.
I think it's like a really simple like, hey, you also like this thing, all right, cool. We
No,
can
but
work
like,
with
why
that.
is it so much easier for like dudes to just chop? Like we just.
I don't
chop
know how
it.
to
I
look-
don't know what it is for. Maybe it's a social environment that
I
dudes tend to belong in.
It
and-
could be, it could be that, or like there's a certain kind of like
'Cause there's
position you have to
There's
try
gotta
and
be
hold
that divide, like
socially.
like a very evident divide somewhere. Like, why is it easier for guys to make friends than it is for? I mean,
That's a trend.
nah. I could speak otherwise, because I've seen girls literally, boom, right there.
And that's it.
But see, those are like, I can't speak
I don't
on
know.
it too much because I personally am not. You know what I mean?
I've seen. I think a lot of the female like closeness I've seen is like a context of like, okay, like if it's your favorite coworker, you know what I'm saying? Like that's you see them every day.
Mm-hmm.
Sorority sisters.
Word.
Or like, and this isn't even consistent, but like childhood best friend.
But see, there's already like a context to it. I'm talking
Yeah.
about like cold.
Oh, like you
call,
just randomly meet a random
right there,
meet a random person out
right
somewhere.
there, then and there. Like, bros are just.
Here,
I don't know what it is.
it's hard because it's like I can try and speak on like for the men. I just don't want it to associate
and I'm not
with
saying,
speaking
saying
on
it's
the
every
women.
single man that exists. You know what I mean?
I think a really in my like the simplest way kind of is the kind of like, oh, you like this thing, you like this thing. It's more of like a how much you guard yourself of like if you meet someone on the street and you're like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, and like you can, I think as a guy I can understand him being like that, being like, ignoring your ass, being like,
Bruh.
all right, word. You see someone that's also being nice, you're like, hey,
No,
what's
for
going on?
real, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Which I mean, that also, that's my personal experience as a guy. I don't know anything about gender roles. I'm scared.
Bro, in
I'm scared.
California, I hit that point where I was like, okay, I've been in the United States for like almost a year, and I'm like beginning to like crawl out of my, previous skin into this, you know what I mean? My current self at the time, and I was like, I could literally just talk to anybody. Like I could just come up to a person, treat them like a person that they are, and that's gonna organically reciprocate
Yeah.
itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You talk to people how you want people to talk to you. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, just
Yeah.
they're real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's we all get stuck in this like kind of narrative that we have in our heads.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that sometimes that really does kind of isolate you from being able to connect externally. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you're premeditatively like thinking
Figuring
that
out in this
they
this
think
connection
this for sure.
Yeah. No, 100%, because that's what I do.
You don't know that
Yeah.
until you hear their side,
Yeah.
and it takes a certain level of guard down to be
to be
able to do that.
be like, this is what it is. You know, I 100%. That's why, like, I'm so horrified. Like, I go to a store, depending on how I'm dressed, depending on how I look, and like how the person that I may just like suddenly make eye contact with looks.
Yeah.
I will immediately be like, they hate me. This person looking at me and they're like, oh, this guy thinks he's this thing and he's fucking not, and I hate him. And I'm like, it's someone that's literally made eye contact with me and could have been like, that's a person,
Brother.
and kept going. And in my head, it's a whole new fucking thing, dude.
Brother, you know how you can't control how the world perceives you?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't control how the world perceives me.
They can't control how the world perceives them.
All right, so they can't control how I view them, so I'm going to view them as a fucking great person. They're a nice person, and they're welcoming. And I can go talk to that person if I want to. I'm just choosing not to.
You
and
kind
they're
of
gonna
said
be
that
good.
condescendingly, and I kind
No,
of
it is. It is a kind of ironic
that's
thing, but it's also, I think for me, it's I'm
that's-
making fun of it, but
brother.
also it is, I'm saying it out loud and being like, no, but
That is genuinely how I try to
Yeah, no,
come about in this world that we're currently being lent.
I
You
think
know
I'm trying
what
to
I
trick my brain, is what it is. If I say it, what's the whole thing of like you say something, like, manifestation or whatever the fuck.
mean? Yeah.
Like, it's that. It's like, I'm saying it right now as a joke, but it's kind of like, and I'm saying it to be like, hey, but listen to yourself. Like,
Because
that would make sense. You can work with that.
That's genuinely how and bro, sometimes that's a negative thing that I feel like about myself, is that I tend to like look for the best out of people,
Yeah.
and it's not I try to tell myself it's not an expectation that I'm expecting out of people. It's just looking at it. It's more of a perspective thing, Like empathy is so hard to attain. Empathy is so hard to attain, but once you
It
do
can be a
have,
hard thing
brother,
too.
but once you do have it, the world just makes a little bit more sense. Like before you make that judgment that people are so easy to let go of in this day and age, just putting a little bit of empathy in front of that before the judgment.
Yeah, seeing it from their views and then being like, why am I going
Yeah.
to judge them?
And there's layers to it that not a lot of people are, able to, you know what I mean?
We talked about this last week
Bro.
of the whole, like, they're so wrapped up in I'm right to not see that the other person thinks they're right. And it's like, because I've
Yes.
seeing the clip, I've really been like, but I'm sure there's somebody where it's like they really, like, someone objectively has to be right.
Damn.
But, like, to what degree? Also, if it's like moral or ethical dilemma, there kind of is no right.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what the like moral and ethical answer is to any of this, dude? Get past it.
Bro.
And like, hey, why are you gonna be negative? Why am I just gonna hate you? Am I gonna hate you for the rest of my life?
Dude.
Is this my life is gonna revolve around this thing?
And just that like the personalness of it is like, it's like 8 billion people that we coexist with are susceptible to this very theme. You know what I mean?
Everything
Everybody's
feels-
going through that.
Everything is very major.
Literally, everything that you're going through, everybody else is going through that, and just understanding that, like, bro,
That is something I'll think about sometimes. It's like I'll feel a type of way, and I'm like, but there's somebody else who probably is also feeling that type of way.
dude, I'm saying, like, it is such a taxing world. It very much is, and that's because people, like, you know what I don't know.
Everyone's
bro.
fending for themselves.
Yes.
I think it's everyone is just trying to look out for themselves, and someone maybe hit in the cross, like hit with a stray.
Yeah, circumstances.
It's not that there's so many people probably never out there trying to hurt anybody that end up hurting somebody,
Yeah.
and it's now like,
Yeah, bro, exactly. And I'm saying, like, almost 9 billion people are subject to that ideology.
this experience. Yeah,
simultaneously.
that's horrifying.
If you think of it, bro, that's a good thing about.
I'm just thinking
look,
the numbers of consciousness.
that's a good thing about facets. This life is full of facets, and the thing is, you can choose which one to look. You can choose which direction you point your head and focus. You know, if you focus on the fear of that,
It's not what I meant.
well, what do you mean?
I just meant more.
Because I was
consciousness scares me.
Oh, yeah.
This is like full, almost like flip of topic. The idea of consciousness. There's like, how do you describe it?
There's no description.
There's no like, you're just here right now.
Yeah.
And it's also because you're the one experiencing it. It's like,
And
but
this-
I don't know. Like, I do not know that you're experiencing what I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
Every little thing, and I'll never know.
And it's
I
so
will never know.
subjective.
And everybody is. I'll do that
Yes,
if I'm
bro.
in a car. Sometimes when I'm in my car, I will look at all the other cars driving, and you just like see a car.
Yeah.
But if you can look at every car and be like, no, that's a whole person. They've lived this amount of years, and they lived every single second and have all these memories. Sonder.
SONDER. That is genuinely
Dude,
what.
That's what's horrifying. They're conscious.
Oh my god.
You're all That's the mathematically.
Now
that's
let me take
shit to
you.
me.
Let me take you a little bit further in there. We talk about this, but you know the taxi seat paradox. Like,
I'm unfamiliar.
no, we've talked about this most definitely. Like, say all of the people who have sat in that back right corner of
Yes.
a taxi seat, and just all of that, like, you don't know who's gonna come
Lives,
in. You
memories.
don't know anybody who's sat there. You've sat in the same place as a murderer. You sat in
Yep.
the same place as
A saint.
the fucking CEO of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's so serendipitous. It's like you have no control over it. All you can do is just let it be and see the value of it for itself.
The taxi thing also is probably within lessons too. How many people have learned this lesson? Because I feel like there's so many probably moments in everyone's life, or like, it's probably more subjective and the details probably aren't the same, but there's general lessons
Yeah.
that everybody probably learns throughout their life. Maybe not at the same time, but there's like some lessons that most people
Yes,
learn
bro.
where you're like, oh. And then I think it also kind of changes your mind looking at other people where you're like,
yeah.
without saying it or without going through the exact moment to know, you're like, they know. They
That's-
learned this lesson
Exactly.
already.
We're all simultaneously pursuing trajectories within our lives. All at once. We're going different directions, and just somehow some people just align, some people, you know, like they deviate, some people go away, some people come in to your, and there's, bro, you can find that as scary, but you could also find that as like, that's so beautiful.
It is.
That is so beautiful. Like,
I try and do that. I try and think of like beautiful shit in life. I'll do this to people if I see they're kind of in a bad mood. I'll literally be like, hey, some bakery somewhere in the world just opened and it smells like fresh bread and it's the most amazing smell ever. Some baby was just born and he's crying as his mother holds him for the first time. Puppies exist. Someone just finished baking cookies. You know what I mean? Like all this shit. I'm like, someone just got proposed to.
Sonder, bro.
Like it's like kind of like,
simultaneously.
yeah, all at the same time.
All
All
at
these good
once.
things are happening.
What was that?
Why you
What was
focus on
that?
this
What
one?
was that movie title that you revealed to me on the way here.
Everything, everywhere, all at
Everything,
once.
everywhere, all at once. Dude, do you know the magnitude of that?
You got to watch that movie.
Bro, I have never seen that movie.
The movie,
But just a title. I dwell in that title because everything is everywhere.
Can I explain
all
it?
at
It is
once.
it is kind of like that, where it's pretty much.
And there's beauty in having no control over that. It's all you could think it's all your life coming to shit, but you could also think all of it's predestined. Like all of it is supposed to happen the way it's happening right now. It just depends on like you said, it's subjective perspective. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Dang, bro.
The movie
Blessed Misfortune.
Blessed Misfortune. Amen. Hey, welcome back to Blessed Misfortune.
Boom, cigarette.
In the movie, this to like generalize, need to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Woman kind of realizes or like is given these powers to see all the different dimensions of herself, or connects to every single universe that exists, where she's something else, where she's somebody else entirely. Like it's her, but it's like all these different lives she could have led. And going through all of them and it's like she's using all of their skills to go through what she's going through right then and there. And at some point through all of it, she's now experiencing every single life. And she's seeing it all, and she can't focus on one.
Bruh.
And that's kind of the thing. And then at the end of it's kind of like her managing just her life. And it's kind of that everything, everywhere, always. It's an amazing movie. I need to make you watch that. There's so much more to that story. It's an amazing movie.
Dude, oh my gosh. I can't speak on it because I haven't watched it yet. I do need to watch it. But as of currently, the only resource I have readily available to me is YouTube. I
got DVDs.
I refuse to fall into this American consumer market. I kind of.
I don't want to talk about it on the podcast.
Blessed Misfortune.
There's other outlets. I'm not gonna name any of them.
Or let me say
outlets.
I try to lead a life that is more analog than it is digital.
I have VHS tapes. I have DVD players. You have the PlayStation, so we could, like, I could bring DVDs over and be like, hey, this movie. I would do that. I'm not going to lie. I'd be really mad at you if you didn't do it. I'd be like, every time I come over, like, here's a movie. Find this amount of time in your night to watch this movie. Next time I come by, I'm going to drop off another DVD. I'm going to take this one back, and you better tell me about this movie.
You need to get a DVD player in here.
You have the PlayStation.
Oh, the PlayStation can do that?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Bro, what the fuck have I been doing that?
You haven't been going to Goodwill and getting DVDs, I'll tell you that much.
You're right.
I just come back and just fucking
Dude,
full.
and also sometimes Walmart be having those little bins. And
it's like $1 for a
stacks of
DVD.
fucking DVDs,
Yeah,
yes.
dude.
Ooh, we need.
And make you watch Cowboy Bebop.
Oh my gosh, so many directions we could go with our lives, bro.
Everything, everywhere, all at once. Blessed Misfortune.
Blessed Miss. Keep on going.
Anytime it comes back, that's how we have to do it. Just
it really is blessed misfortune, though.
dude, just every time we get to that point, immediately being like, and welcome back, and we're back. It's gone full circle.
I'm working on being able to like include anybody, like subconsciously including everybody that could be theoretically like listening to whatever it is we're saying right now. Because we are putting these words out into the universe.
Somebody is going to hear these words. And
I just hope it really resonates. You know what I mean? Because I would love to have heard the things I know now back then when I didn't know them.
Or just to know that you kind of did that.
Or back then even like I heard it, but I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah.
Until Father Time, nourished us with that understanding.
I love that. That in itself was a lesson. When I remember before I moved from New York, my grandfather, I was arguing with him about it, and I was like, "My friends are here. I want to be here," and he was like, "You got to understand, you're gonna get older. Everyone's gonna work. They're gonna have girlfriends. They're gonna have all these responsibilities. You're not gonna be able to hang out as much." And I was like, nah. And I stayed. And then even after that, moved here, met everybody. And it was kind of like, I think at first it was a more immediate time to hang out. But as we all have grown older, it is more difficult to see each other and contact each other.
Definitely.
And it
You
became
don't
a like,
understand that
damn,
until
he was right.
Yeah.
And that's, I really try and take a lot of the shit he says more off. Don't be wrong, I'm still like a dumbass. He'll say something and I'll be like, whatever, old man. But every once in a while, I really am like, no, but I ignored it then.
Yeah, bro. It takes one to know one. Like you don't realize it until you're in that.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like you can hear it, but you won't learn the lesson till you get there.
Bro.
Yeah,
dude. I was just talking about this with my grandma. She was like, we were talking about like the fact that everybody in this world kind of reach a certain age where they're like, dang, my parents are just normal people too.
Really?
Like I was telling her that like back then cause she raised me basically. My mom was too busy with school. Like she was a teacher. She went around like islands and stuff, like doing outreach programs for like kids who want to pursue an education
community.
but they can't like physically be to school. So they started
sending teachers like to the homes.
It's they send the school to, you know what I mean, the places, really far places. And I didn't understand that, like the glory behind that, you know what I mean, like what she was doing there. It was a higher purpose that at the time I could not comprehend yet.
It was something more like shitty. That was kind of like my thing. It's kind of like that in the sentiment and like the original kind of concept of it. My mom, I found out when she got her paychecks. And so anytime I'd want to ask for money, I'd ask on the day that she got her paycheck. And she'd be like, I can't. We got bills. And at the time, I was like, man, you can pay those bills later.
For real?
I was like, you can give me $20.
It was a concept that was, foreign to you at the age of.
And then now, like, because I had it with my ex-girlfriend. She'd be like, you have the money to do this. And I'm like, no, but I can't.
Yeah.
But I can't do this. Like, I can, but I can't do this. That kind of, like, was a lesson for me. You know what I'm saying? Where you're like, at the time, I didn't realize. And now I'm like, I feel like a dick. I feel like a dick for like trying my mom, being like, your paycheck's done.
Oh my God.
Cough it up, pal.
And that's the thing. That's the lessons that Father Time teaches us. Like, it's just wisdom. To be able to live in your story long enough to see yourself align with something that you didn't quite understand back then. It takes time. You know what I mean?
It takes the experience. You have to go through the lesson.
Mother Earth and Father Time, bro. They give you everything you need. Not everything you want,
but everything you need.
Everything you need. Blessed Misfortune. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back to Blessed Misfortune.
I gotta get used to that, cause I'm not used to talking with like
a third person, kind of.
Yeah, that's not there.
You know, I live like this. I'm
all too familiar with this.
This is how I live my life.
Gang, how do you do it?
This so why do you think I have so much anxiety? What do you think?
That's what
what do you think? I mean, it's also, I think for you it's better because I know that, like, for you it's like, we press stop recording, done. You know what I mean? And it's over. And for me,
what is it, bro?
It's like, we stop recording. It's like, I have to stop. Like, right now, it's still, even if we stop recording, we put the microphones away, I'm still like, well, I got to be Noel's friend. It's the same. We were fucking already talking about this. Everyone's performing.
Yeah.
I think it's
all at once.
A level of, like, I got to be this person right now. None of it is, oh, God, what was I talked about this with the same old friend, Anthony, because from a young age, I noticed this. He was really, like, I don't know how to word it. Like, he'd be an amazing con man. He'd be so fucking good at it. That's why he was a salesman at one job. I was like, he needs to get back into sales. The commissions, he'd make money. With Anthony, he could just, like, meet somebody and, like, he could just, like, read the fucking room and he'd be like, this is what this person needs. This is who I need to be to, like, entertain this guy, be cool with this dude, and keep it going. And it was very much like, he's not gonna fake himself. He's just only gonna get the parts that you need,
Yeah.
and he's gonna apply that.
Yeah.
And that's
to be
so
able to
sick.
connect.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I do. It's performative in a way, but it's not. Where it's like, no, I'm still me. It's not all of me.
Maybe you're just trying to be able to cater to, the surroundings that you're in.
Are you calling me a people pleaser?
I am a people pleaser.
I know, buddy. I know. I am too.
Because in such a taxing world, why take more?
Do you ever think that it's a fault in people pleasing, and it's like, how do I word that? Like knowing that it's you ever in the moment realize you're people pleasing? I think that's kind of what I'm wording it. That's where I'm trying to go with this. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I lost my train of thought, and I'm really trying to fix it. I'm not getting there.
Bruh,
it's gone.
You're getting self-conscious.
I had something, I lost it, and I was like, fucking figured out, and I did not figure that shit out. It's
internal
gone.
dialogue. Bro.
Something about
Man.
bitches and books. I don't know.
You were talking about people pleasing. I do know. But I mostly figured out afterwards. I think some people found that generous or a little too generous. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then you kind of did not need to do that.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
okay. Yeah. I'll get that, but I'll also be people pleasing, and for me it's cuz I other people may say it's oh, that's too generous, but a part of me is but I understand why I did it, and I'm not mad about it. I'm not upset at myself about it. But there's been times where I've been no, I probably if I was I would say if someone upset me, cuz I'm a sensitive ass dude.
We all, man.
Times where it's at this moment it probably would have been good to be hey, by the way, I didn't like that, instead of just the people please of being haha, yeah, and then just internalizing the fact that someone said something that actually are really hurt.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm trying to fight. I'm trying to fight it. My newest thing of fighting that has been I'm gonna say it, but I'm not gonna be a dick while I say it. I'll be smiling and be hey, by the way, I really didn't like that. Please don't do that again. I know that I'm doing it like this. I love you. You're my friend. You're my pal. Please don't do that again. Please.
Straight up. Bro, nobody really grows up. We all kind of just learn how to act in public.
It's all a process of elimination of not like this. Okay, not like this.
Deductive reasoning.
Yeah, you're okay, I'm going to be like this because I like this. Never again. Did not like that.
That's the only way you figure out life, man, organically. Trial
What's that
and
thing?
error.
There's a more positive way of wording it. Something you said with the trees of cutting the branches or gutting it and then covering one upstairs. What was it?
Pruning trees.
Pruning trees. Yeah.
It's a process of letting go or trimming off the dead branches, so that the nutrients go to what needs the nutrients instead of just
yeah,
for nothing.
It was changing the flow of
exactly. It's
thing.
it's
the tree,
focusing the nutrients that the plant or the tree is getting from the ground into where it needs to go, instead of just what I mean, spread apart. It's more focused.
Is this a philosophy podcast?
To label is to limit.
Yeah.
So this is just a human podcast. No, genuinely, it
is. Yeah, I think it's
an avenue that I'm able to have a say in. I would definitely love for this podcast to continue not having a set.
When I have to pick something, I usually pick the most vague that's closest, which is
an
arts.
agenda. I don't want to follow an agenda. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it was.
I want to talk how people talk.
It's that's all you can do.
Yeah.
What's that shit? The whole thing of dressing like a skater. Do you skate? You're dressed like a skater. It's that. You want to talk like people talk? This is how people talk. There you go. You're a person and you're talking. This is how people talk.
Facts.
To limit is
You
fuck.
did not
To
lie.
limit is to label. Let's go backwards.
To label
To label is to limit.
Yeah, bro. Just to be like, oh yeah, this is a podcast. I feel like there's more to it. I have so many. Ooh, it's all up here, bro.
Yeah,
And
it never feels right. Does that make sense? Like, you can get it all out and you'll still be like, but that's not everything.
It's not everything.
There's
you can
so
always
much
better
more.
Your best. Yeah.
Yeah, like, what was it? There's some like poem like that where it's like, I said everything to you, everything I ever wanted to say, and I sat in disgust at like how ugly it all was, how messy it was, because it's no, this isn't.
Yeah.
I said it all, but like, wait, no, you don't get it. Like, there's more.
And how heartbreaking. That's such a struggle to like produce what you have in here into something that is palatable to like your environment, or not necessarily palatable, but to relay that message that you have in your head into something that you can give connection wise, and they'll get it how you got it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
to align yourself in the same perspective, I guess.
Yeah.
And I feel like symbolically, that's what conversation is. It's like two people talking, and they're walking closer to each other, and there's a point where they stand next to each other and they see the same thing.
Yeah, that mutual understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel that's the goal of conversation, is to learn something that you didn't before, and to, that's, I don't know, bro. I lack the words for that right now. Blessed misfortune.
Welcome back to Blessed Misfortune. I mean, yeah, there's beauty in the attempt if it's misconstrued, if it's doing that, and then it not reaching the understanding. But if both are willing and trying to understand, even if they don't fully get it, but to be like, it is what it is. Or if it's not, there's what's that shit? It's fucking Age of Ultron. It's fucking an Avengers movie. But he says,
not much of a movie.
Yeah, no. There's one thing where it's like it's these two AIs pretty much.
Yeah.
One that has a soul stone is what it's called, and it's a piece of the universe, and it like is soul.
Oh shit.
Soul straight up. And there's one where it's just AI and just looking at everything objectively and like the facts of like human history.
Yeah.
And the one that looks without the soul stone is like humanity's doomed. Why keep them around? And the other one's like they are. But he says he's like they are doomed, but there's grace in their fallings. And I think you missed that.
Damn.
It's literally just that. It's you just trying your best and failing, and then just that's it. It's all there's some that's a Dave Chappelle joke. At some point, he says he's like you came for the show. He's like, I get paid for the attempt,
bro.
That's what you're coming for. Yeah,
literally. And to understand that everybody's going through that simultaneously, like everything everywhere all at once, like that.
Ooh.
Nah,
for real.
Nah,
Staying out the way.
Nah, Virginia.
Yeah. Hey.
Go make money, eh?
Yeah.
What time is it?
It is like 3:23, 3:25.
3:25. My hair is still up. I'm gonna put it down.
I did have one thought for a video.
Yeah.
Blessed Misfortune does open mics.
Oh shit.
And it's like us performing our own music.
There's an open mic?
As like at an open mic, some fucking bar.
Yeah.
Or somewhere there's an open mic, and it's like we're gonna like our own music.
We have to. We
Yeah,
need to.
that's
it's
horrifying.
inevitable.
I do that.
I've done that.
I say I do that. I do that for the content. I would not do that by myself.
Why?
Solo. I'm so scared.
Bro.
I'm so scared. Especially most of the music I make is not something you see this dude walk out and you're like, yep, he's going to do that.
Have you ever been to an open mic before?
I did one performance somewhere.
Some people
in
literally
high
just
school.
play a beat. Like, just play their beats.
I've not been to an open mic. Okay. I've been to an open mic for comedy. That's about it. But I know there's open
Well,
mics
what
where
the fuck kind of open mics have I been going to? Goddamn.
you're going to the artist ones, buddy. You're going to
Oh,
the ones that I
yeah.
should be going to. I mean, I love stand-up, so I was there at the open
Dude,
mics
they had poetry. Like, dude, I've cried. Like,
I can only picture what in my head is like ironic, but we now do it of like.
no, dude, there was this crackhead, dude, and he made me cry.
What did you say?
Like,
What was the story?
He was, bro. Oh my gosh, he was talking about like having a problem from a young age and going through life with that same problem, and it's always at the back of your head, and no matter how hard you like try to run from it and how many distractions you throw behind you to like try to stop it, it's always going to be there until you face it, until you turn around and face it.
Yeah.
It's like he's tried to deal with it with so many ways, like the drugs, like just trying to like distance yourself from whatever that is that you're trying to run from. You're not going to be able to like escape that until you face it, because this life is like just how hard life is. And there should be grace in understanding that life is hard. So why make it harder for anyone else, even though it's so like, you know what I mean? It's so emotionally draining to do that.
Yeah.
But why not do that?
It's a really exaggerated way of like self-sacrificial. To know like it's beyond you.
Yeah, bro. Like he was rapping about like it wasn't even rap. It was like it was
slam poetry.
Yeah, it was poetry. He was like I'm dressed like a construction worker.
Sorry.
He said with this construction vest, I try to like make something out of myself, but deep down inside, who I think myself is still that thing that I'm trying to run away from. Like no matter what clothes I put on.
Yeah.
Like
I'm still the
yeah, bro.
Yeah. Ooh, that's real.
Like, and you can't really change that, cause you know what I mean. You can't.
That's
You can't change the past. All you have is the here and the now.
I do love. I don't know if this will do something for anybody else. I know it did something for me. There's like the things people always say about the past. You know, the past is the past. Move forward. You're on the next chapter. Or
Yeah.
like, you know, this is the past. Move on to the next chapter. For me, what really stuck was just the phrasing someone was saying in the sentence of the permanence of the past. Really like reading that. And then looking back at all the things in my life that stick with me and that hurt, and then being like, it's permanent. Done. Why? Like, I can't fix it. I can't fix that. I can only fix this and me and right now. I can't fix that. So I need to stop looking how to fix that. It's permanent. That's it.
Literally.
The answer is in what you're staring at. You're staring at these problems and you're like trying to figure it out. There is no figuring out. It's right there.
Yeah.
There it is. We got to keep going.
Well said. Well articulated, bro.
Thank you. I live in the past, so it was a very monumental thing for me of like, it's permanent. That's it. It's done. There's nothing else you can do. Stop worrying about it. What are we gonna do right now?
Wow. That's so real.
Shit's difficult.
Yeah,
Shit's
to be able
difficult for
to
sure.
maneuver through that shit like how people do. But, dude, people are still here. Not saying that nobody has gone through shit, but, like, do you see the color coming out of, like, do you see the power coming out of that? Like, despite of how this earth, like, throws tests and, like, you know what I mean, towards our direction, and we still manage to move forward.
The indomitable spirit of the indomitable human spirit. Is that what it is? Yeah.
It's, dude, this whole everything that you see becomes like, if interpreted the right way, it becomes so grounding and moving. Like,
Yeah.
you're having a bad day, you're having a horrible day, and you see somebody so happy, you don't know if something good happened to them, or they just escaped something so horrible
Yeah.
that they're just happy to be here.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know what I mean? Just that understanding, bro. I feel like the world needs more of that. Most definitely.
This isn't entirely what you just said, but I know for me today, I installed the new car hood. I was getting rid of the trash from the box, and I was walking back from the dumpster. I was listening to music, and there's like a lot of bus stops near me for like the elementary school and everything. And I'm just walking back to my place from the dumpster, and I think I hear someone say hi, and I like look, and there's just like a little kid walking by.
Yeah.
And I like look, and he's looking at me. He's like, and I was like, man,
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
everything's fine, dude. What am I worried about, bro? And it's something, but it's so weird. 'Cause it's like, yeah, like it's like if you're like cynical, I think maybe that's the issue, being cynical. If you're cynical, you're like, it literally that was it. Some kid fucking waved at you, so cool, dude. But like, for some reason. Just that moment, I was like, this is kid being just so genuine and nice. He just saw a stranger and just said hi.
Just being
and it was just that,
bro.
It felt so like sweet and genuine.
Dude, I could
and just,
cry
I was like,
right
man,
now, bro.
I just waved back, went about my day, and I really was just like, man, I really like that. That just made me happy.
You don't look into a mirror and expect your reflection to smile first.
That's fucking beautiful. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't. You have to be the change you want to see.
Ooh,
and how pure of that child.
Who's the author of that? That's crazy.
Dude, I am moved by that, bro, because of how the pureness of. I'm not gonna say that kid has had it so easy their whole life, but like,
you don't know,
in such a young age to choose to connect with the world you're around.
Yeah. I think most kids are like that, and the world slowly trains you to not be as accepting of.
Like, no, it gives me hope that like
what's the shit you said? You were like, be childlike, not childish.
Be childlike, not childish.
Because children are like, they're kind of accepting of like, this is the world. Because there's no like, they don't have any preconceptions.
Yeah.
They have no assumptions.
It's
have just
that.
Yeah,
because we were children once.
Yeah,
yes,
and growing up changed that shit.
And you can't.
As kids, you're just like, this is the world. That's just some person. It's not some fucking like as someone who's like older. Like in my head, I'm like, I don't want a child talking to me. I feel weird about that. But like, it's just a kid just being like, "What's up, dude? It's just a guy.
Dude.
Hi, dude." And then going about it, I'm like, dude, they're like, there's just the like.
They're choosing.
Okay, they're not choosing. That's just their world. That's what's. That's why I like say like. That's why I repeated the whole like be childlike, not childish.
Dang.
The child, like being a child, is just like you're just full of like curiosity and like wonder and like acceptance of what is around because you're like, this is what's around.
And there's
this
no
questions,
world takes that away from you out the whim wham. Like, bro,
out the whim wham.
This world steals that fire. It kind of puts out that fire. As you grow older, you get endowed with so much like is it really what it is, responsibility.
Yeah.
The financial placement of where you are in life most definitely has to do with how you feel and how you function, because you need to be able to sustain yourself. You don't rely on your parents to sustain yourself no more.
I think it is
it's a balancing. It's so much balance. Yes.
It's really that I like that is what it is. If you view yourself and you view your values and how you look at the world is purely transactional and capitalistic and like gaining things out of it, and then that's just how the world runs. I heard this. It was one thing I heard, and it was by someone I view as a trusted source. I don't remember the fucking video. Couldn't find it, but it was pretty much they kind of viewed it was like high like people who are really autistic.
Yeah.
The people who are like high functioning autistic people, the reason they're high functioning or seen as more like acceptable is because they can still manage a job essentially.
Dang.
it was like nothing that they can do will get in the way of working a job.
Yeah.
But the other people that are highly autistic but not high functioning are like I don't know how the spectrum works entirely. Who's like a severe case where like they can't manage a job because of it. They're not high functioning. They're just like it's essentially like they're just a problem. And like that's how like asylums used to run.
Yeah.
If you were homeless, you got thrown in an asylum. It was really like you can't run a job, asylum.
For real.
Yeah, it's very that's.
You think that's this like our society kind of, what do you call it, soliciting like an output out of each one of us, and anytime we can't, fulfill that, outcasted. Like what if that person had like that one thing that they could do that
they could have changed the world. They could,
and it's all a matter of figuring that out, but you'll never figure that out if you just
limit yourself.
To label is to limit, bro.
I think that's also my like major issue of the capitalistic thing of like my thing of like knowing in my heart that art is the route I need to take. And then also feeling like I'm a fucking waste of space and everyone else views me a type of way. Like no one will accept me if this is the path I choose because everyone is so worried about like money. Like
straight up.
I know I've had at least 2 girlfriends where they're like, I literally do not care about money. Like that is not a major thing for me. But in my head, I'm like, no, but they do. But they do. My family would, they'll support me in what I do. They'll be like, you're choosing to do this artistically? Cool, man. Do that. That sounds cool, and I'm happy for you. But a part of me is still like,
are you?
Yeah, are you, or do you want me to just go get like a normal ass job? Because it's I think for me, it's also the way they talk about it's different. When I get a new job, everyone's gonna find out. Everyone's gonna know that I got a new job. If I do something that's a creative endeavor and I feel like it's going somewhere and I'm really proud of it,
do you think they're gonna celebrate?
No. They don't even know.
Yeah.
It means nothing to them, and that's like a difficult thing to go through.
It only means nothing until it does mean something.
And then, but what makes it mean something? I feel like your family will only, in my head, or like this is also what I've seen like people talk about like, oh, like my parents didn't accept I was a YouTuber until I showed them my paycheck, and they were like, oh, you're making this amount of money, cool. Like that's what I think it can be, and that's my worst fear of like it's like, oh, we don't care about this. Oh, you're making money? Hey man, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. But the small moments artistically, nada, nothing. That's just his hobby. Oh, yeah, he does this thing. What's up with this thing you do? What's up with that? Didn't you make a YouTubes or something?
We'll make everything, buddy. This is Blessed Misfortune.
Amen. Welcome back to... I think we're at a spot here. We could close us out on something, buddy. Give us a good little message. You know what I'm saying? I'm picturing right now, full audio listener. I just finished a drive, and listening has given me some really inspiring moments, and I just really want, I want a beautiful closeout.
You know what? As much as we favor change for the good, change for the bad, or change for like the worse is inevitable, and it only gets worse before it gets better. But despite knowing that, you should still seek to become the change that you personally want to see. It just ties back around to like, you don't look into a mirror and expect your reflection to smile first. You need to make a conscious decision to make this world what you want it to be. It's in your hands. Nobody could tell you it's not. No, sir. Be the change you want to see. Drive your car the direction you want to go. Because you can steer the steering wheel all which directions, all 900 and something degrees of turn that it got. But unless you press that gas pedal, you're not going anywhere.
Thank you for listening. This has been Blessed Misfortune.